know how fast you were going?
What? How fast you were going?
I don't know. 10?
8.
Be advised, this is an explicit podcast. If you're easily offended, get your panties twisted into a knot. Leave now. Run in your safe space. Get your little cloth for your tears. All the opinions expressed on this podcast are those of the host and his guest and do not reflect the opinions of any local or government agency. Welcome. MOTORCOP.
Good afternoon, everybody.
MOTORCOP Chronicles podcast, and there's an extra one. It's just going to be about one subject. So go like and subscribe, hit the bells, be notified when we go live, go leave a review, like it, review the Facebook page, stuff like that. And tell your friends, tell your frenemies, and share it out.
Yeah, this matter that we're going to be discussing, it's been blown up in the national media. Of course, everybody jumping to conclusions. That's why I always tell every single person out there, don't watch a 10-second clip of something that happened and make a judgment. There's a reason why there's only 10 seconds of it.
Yeah, we're going to say that tonight. This is out of Macomb, Mississippi. Some of y'all might have seen it. Some of y'all might not have seen it. The matter with the police has already been resolved, thank goodness. Didn't take them long to do it either. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start. We're going to watch the first little news thing. We'll talk about it while we're doing it. Then after we do that, I got several clips of all these different, I'll just say it, race baiters or whatever. These social justice warriors and shit making their comments. We're going to see what they have to say. And then after we do that, then I'm going to play the entire. Well, we're going to skip through some of it because it's 30 minutes long. But I have the entire dash cam video of it. So, they got parts they're searching and stuff like that. Nothing's going on. But then we'll see exactly what happened, and you'll be able to see how the news had it out from a cell phone video from.
And they still do.
From the entire actual video of it. So, let's go ahead and get this shit rolling. We'll start out with the original. Just a regular news thing.
Highway Patrol trooper arresting a man in Macomb, and some people are calling this video alarming. Take a look.
Just wait. Man, don't grab it. Hey, man, don't do that. Hey, I got him on live. I got his on live. I got his on live. He got him handcuffed, man. You ain't had no business jumping on him. You ain't had no business jumping on him. Look at this. Look at this, man. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. He got on handcuffs.
He got on handcuffs.
I don't think they heard him.
Do you think you heard? My thing is this guy's out here this trooper's out here by himself. He don't have no backup. Okay.
He's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Coming back to the car, he didn't find nothing. He said, "You going with me?" I said, "Going with you for what?" He said, "You going with me because you said you smoke weed and you were doing 35 in a 30 curly driver."
No, your license is suspended.
Man, you know what? That's their race.
This is their narrative of it, though.
When I said they automatically hit me under my throat, I can't never let this go because I ain't did nothing to him. And I know this same white guy will get out here and do another black guy like that.
Of course, let's go throw the race car.
He was on his way to church.
Ain't no telling what you'll do to me.
Well, after watching the video initially, I do realize that there are a lot of things leading up to what we see that we don't know. But from what we do see, I can say that it is a bit alarming.
Yes, sir. And what steps are you taking
This
at
guy's
this
a
point
politician.
as a state representative?
Yeah, he's
As a state representative, I do have a good working relationship with the Commissioner of Public Safety, Commissioner Tyndall. And so I reached out to him, and he and I had a lengthy conversation about the video. And he's assured me that an investigation is being done by the Mississippi the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation, as well as Internal Affairs. So we can not only rectify rectify the situation, but to prevent a situation like this from occurring in the future.
The video is trending online with over 3,000 comments, and the mayor of Macomb is asking everyone not to jump to any conclusions and let the investigation happen.
Because the Mississippi Highway Patrol is out of my jurisdiction, that is a state agency. I contacted him in reference to this to inquire whether or not I could encourage him to ask them to do an internal investigation. I was informed today that, yes, the agency will be doing an internal investigation. This is alarming that something like this would happen within the city limits of Macomb.
Remember to stay with 12 News and
All right, so that was like this was just like the regular news report that came out. Of course, you know, you got some politician up there putting his 2 cents in. You got the mayor putting his 2 cents in, because that's what the video y'all saw was what the media.
It's doctored.
No, it wasn't doctored. That's what the it's from a cell phone. It's from a cell phone,
and it's
not the whole
everything relevant happened.
Yeah. So next we're gonna go to the next one. Now these are different. I chopped them up in different sections. So these are different places that are now trying to incite the diverse community.
Very sad story. Mississippi trooper decides.
Of course, if y'all don't know who this dude is friggin', he's a race baiter big time from the young Turk dickheads over there, and you'll hear how he speaks about it. He tries to rile up that base.
Physically assault a handcuffed black male and then proceed to arrest individuals who are recording this assault. All right. There's a viral video from Macomb, Mississippi. It shows a Mississippi Highway Patrol officer beating a handcuffed suspect on the side of the road. Here's the first video.
No, personally, I didn't see no beating going on. Did you?
No, not once. He's wrestling with him. He never. Son of a bitch won't get in the car.
He didn't hit the guy or anything like that, but he's beating him like he was just doing a Rodney King on him or something. That's what this guy's trying to say.
Handcuffed black male and then proceed to arrest individuals who are recording this assault. All right. There's a viral video from Macomb, Mississippi. It shows a Mississippi Highway Patrol officer beating a handcuffed suspect on the side of the road.
No matter how many times you say it, don't make it true. But if you think about it, I mean,
no, it don't. But this guy is one of them that likes to just, you know, he's trying to incite that Black Lives Matter base or whatever. Like I say, he's beating. The way this guy speaks just gets on my nerves.
Well, here's the thing. He keeps saying that they're just recording the police. Now, yes, it is legal in all 50 states, I do believe, from that distance to record the police. The problem is they're actually getting involved. They're trying to break the man free from the officer. They keep approaching him when he turns his back. Yes, they're interfering with an ongoing investigation, which is a fucking law.
And let's not forget, this is just what they released on their little video, okay? This isn't the whole entire video. Yeah, it's very old, JoJo, and they just keep going with it.
But that's how they keep us separated.
Yeah.
The one biggest thing that the media and the government wants is the separation of whites and blacks. They want us to fight. The thing they are scared of most is when we come together as one race, the human race, and we all stand up and go, this shit's wrong.
And this guy right here is just one of the worst.
Very sad. I have more video and more egregious activity from the police. The individual they were assaulting, his name is Eugene Lewis. Eugene Lewis was in handcuffs, okay? And individuals standing by.
Next, he's in handcuffs. Yeah, he was in handcuffs.
The men who decided to stay are good men. They knew what they were sacrificing potentially by remaining there.
Now he's the way he talks about these people videoing. He almost makes them sound like they're freaking saints or something like that. Like they're just.
The officer said, y'all going to jail. No criminal activity had taken place between those recording and the police. They stayed far back and engaged in recording, which they are legally allowed to do in the state of Mississippi.
Like I said.
According to the men, they actually caught this particular Mississippi state trooper beating up.
Here we go. I didn't see that.
In the back
He's riding a king
of the vehicle.
Beating them up.
And they decided to start recording.
That's
they wanted to know why.
From now on.
Why was this happening? Why were they engaged in this kind of criminal activity? The officer then proceeds to tell them, you better leave, basically. You better leave, because if you're here when the cops show up, you're going to jail. He wanted them to be gone.
For his safety.
He wanted them to exit the area. He wanted them to shut up about what they saw.
I wanted them
they
to
said,
shut
we're
up
okay.
too.
Well, the reason why is because the more rhetoric and bullshit that's coming out of their mouth, all they're doing is pumping up the guy on the ground.
Yep.
They're pumping up each other by just
he is like Johnny Cochran.
Yeah, but they're keeping the way they're doing it. They're keeping the whole situation at a higher level than what.
And you'll see that in the video. The man was extremely calm.
Yes.
Going to jail. We're okay. We're not going anywhere. We don't care if the cops are coming. We're going to wait on them. The scene continues with a white bystander taking the side of the officer before the officer starts to approach the brothers.
So,
here it is.
White. I didn't put that in there. We ain't gonna watch. We're gonna see all of it in a little bit. But I love how this guy goes white. He loves to just like this dude's such a. This guy, I watched the video. Him and Brandon Tatum had a thing together. I guess Brandon Tatum was there. He kept calling Brandon Tatum a bootlicker. I'm like, you know what? I'd rather be a bootlicker than the ass sucker, because this motherfucker's an ass sucker right here.
Yeah.
This dude right here, if Joe Biden whipped out his lily white dick, this dude would probably suck on it, okay? That's what I think.
Put your hand on your head. Just put your hand on your head, Mo. Just put your hand on your head.
This is so damn sad.
Sad.
They are engaged in legal behavior. Recording a public official, recording a cop is 100% legal in the state of Mississippi. But these cops wanted to put them in their place. A white male bystander starts to interfere, and he's not told to get back in his car.
He wasn't combative.
The white guy never interfered. He stopped. The white guy stopped because he saw the cop out there fighting with this guy and seeing all these other people. They kept approaching and backing off, approaching and backing off. He got out and stopped and just stood there to in case the cop needed help. That's all he did. I guess they don't like that because had an extra witness but he's white, so I guess his privilege was showing.
Shit, even before I was a cop, I'd pull over to the side of the road if I seen an officer out.
Yeah, but this guy wasn't no cop. He was just a civilian,
doing what most Southern people would do if they seen a cop.
And he didn't interfere with anything, and he didn't even say anything. He just was quiet.
White male bystander is not told to be quiet. He's escalating things.
Because he wasn't.
The white male bystander is not told, listen, you need to stop because this is not making things better.
Because he didn't do nothing.
He was allowed to walk freely, to proceed to go up and down that street freely with absolutely no rebuttal.
No.
From law enforcement.
Because he didn't break
I
the
have
law.
more.
Did they go to
Once again, let's
school
put
or
up the
talk
picture of
like
the man
this?
they assaulted, Mr. Eugene Lewis.
Yeah, college.
Okay. Eugene.
Is something wrong with Eugene's lip? Because why is he biting it? Is it sore or what? I mean, I don't know.
Told WJTV he didn't know what would have happened to had his brother Packer not Facebook live stream the incident. He said the officer first pulled him over for allegedly doing 35 in a 30.
Now let's get this. I don't know. I don't remember if that's true. We'll find out.
It is, and he was flying down the road. The cop was actually getting fuel.
But you know what? Even if he was only doing 35 and 30, guess what? The speed limit's 30. 5 miles an hour is still speeding.
In the state of Florida, it's only a warning.
That guy's giving her the shits. No, you can stop, let them know you're there to help them. But just like I said, that's what the guy did. But he stayed back because the cop didn't need no physical help at the time. He was just making sure he wasn't getting jumped by the other two that were out there.
I can't never let this
good
go.
Samaritan laws in most states that allow you to assist. Obviously, you don't jump in. You say, hey, would you like a hand?
Yeah.
And if they say, please, then you jump in and do whatever they order you to do. Now, if they say, no, please stay back, then you fucking stay back.
And this guy just stood back and, he was just there in case. But he wasn't hollering. He wasn't screaming. He wasn't interfering.
He said, I ain't did nothing to him. I know this same white guy would do another black guy like that. The video runs a little more than 5 minutes. Packer and Darius Lewis, Eugene's brothers, can be heard in the background narrating the officer's actions and exchanging words from time to time. From the video, the two stay back away from the officer and their brother, but they refuse to budge, right? They stay far enough away not to interfere with the investigation, which is the criminal dynamic. They stay far away. No criminal act has taken place. All three brothers were arrested. Let's put up a picture of Packer Lewis. Packer Lewis, the man you're looking at, took to Facebook following his release from jail. In a post, he said, quote, we don't need officers here to protect and serve like this trooper. I stayed in jail for a couple of days for absolutely nothing. Sad, but it's the world we live in. Mayor Lockley confirmed the incident involved a Mississippi Highway Patrol officer. Put up a picture of the mayor.
Which don't answer to the mayor.
Now, according to the mayor, because this incident involved a state employee, he is letting the state handle the investigation.
He has no jurisdiction over that
because you have what's called concurrent jurisdiction for your investigative authorities to also investigate what happened in your city. Because the people who elected you and the people you appointed to enforce the law, they have jurisdiction here to investigate what happened. But you are copying out. Although outside of his jurisdiction, he wanted assurances it would be investigated. He said, quote, this is alarming that something like this would happen within the city limits of Macomb. And remember, once again, because it happened within the city.
He's the mayor of Macomb. He's a state trooper.
Yeah.
He has no power at all over that state.
It would be like a city police officer walking into the sheriff's office and going, I'm investigating you, sheriff. Sheriff would be like, good for you, get the fuck out.
Yeah, get out. So, but the way this guy, you can see how he emphasizes words, starts screaming. It's like,
yeah, street stop. What are your thoughts here?
I don't know who this.
Yeah, I mean, idiot. This really speaks to something that's really important. So, I'll contextualize this with data.
Contextualize
in Tennessee, Mississippi.
I want to know one thing. Why do people think if they use big words, it makes them smarter? Does it really make them smarter?
Not that liberal, but they it's $10 words.
Yeah, people want to use the big words, think it makes them smarter, I guess.
I always use small words because I can't spell the big ones.
Yeah, you're right. That dude is straight up drama queen.
In Alabama, somewhere between 8 and 10% of the entire voting age population, is denied the right to vote due to felony-like voting laws.
They gave up that right after they were convicted felons.
Felony voting laws and current incarceration.
Or they're in jail. You're correct. They're in jail. Yeah, that's of their own accord also.
Could you imagine if every convicted felon was allowed to vote? Jeez. Could you imagine they would only vote in people that erase law?
Yeah, like New York and California and stuff. Yeah, it would be great.
When people think of southern states, they often think of a lot of racists. But what?
I would like. I don't know who else on here. I want to do northern people actually just think southern states we're a bunch of racists. Believe it or not, I think we're way less racist than what's been going on in a lot of these places I see.
You know why that is, right? And they always put the racism on the South because of the former slavery situation. Well, the thing is, once all the slaves were freed, a lot of them didn't go up north.
No, some of them stayed around. Some of them stayed on the plantations where they were slaves at and worked for the guy for pay.
Right. So what was happening is we all go to school with these kids. We all grew up together. Up in the northern states where they have those uppity communities with all the woke people that are rich living in their white communities, and they stick the African American people up in the suburbs or the high-rise buildings and stuff like that. So they barely ever have contact with African Americans. We grow up with them. So we're friends. We have no racist bones in our body, and we haven't since the Civil War.
These people up here, they don't know shit about Southern people. No. He's a city Yankee boy. Don't know shit. I
can tell you, any real Southern person will give you the shirt off their back until you do them wrong.
Exactly.
We really need to think of is the brutal repression of black folks in those states and the explicit aim from the government to enact an extreme amount of violence and disenfranchise people from the political process.
The government's entirely. just whipping out the violence on black people. I don't know where they get this shit at.
I think that was like the last time was like the Rodney King era.
God.
And they were like hitting with fire hoses and German Shepherds and shit. That was even in California. That wasn't in the fucking South.
Yeah.
Folks, another week, another vicious
This guy
video.
right here is just as bad as the last one. David says he spent 26 years of active duty military without a doubt. I saw a heck of a lot more racism from folks in North St.
And in there, you ain't black, you ain't white, you're green.
But I'm just saying, when you see all these, how often, except for maybe like the Alton Sterling thing we had down here, which was found to be justified, how often do you, when you see all these supposed, white cops killing black people, just out gunning them down, how often is it Southern states? Very, very seldom. There's a couple, but most of them are from the northern states. Yep. This guy, unfortunately, I'm not a fan of him, but I'm trying to get the point across of what they're all what they trying to spin on this video we're gonna watch.
Yeah, the last half we're gonna show you guys why they all need to apologize.
Yeah, and not one of them has. There's been no retraction.
1,000,000 times on social media. As we always do, we want to warn you that you're about to see is triggering and hard to watch. So if you need to walk out of the room, turn away. Now is the time to do so.
Walk out the room, turn away.
This altercation.
It's hard. This video. I mean, it's just he's talking about the same video we've been talking about. It's just you got to walk away.
It's them taking someone to the ground to handcuff him. Then you see it right now, and now his knee is on his chest. What more?
I don't know. I thought his chest was kind of in the middle. That looks kind of like his flank area right there, his knee's in. And he's got his knee in there trying to control the guy because he keeps trying to get up.
He actually says that.
So.
Can't.
What?
No, he says that in the video because the guy goes, "You got your knee in my neck." And he goes, "It's fucking next to you."
Oh, we got all kinds of drama queens in here.
That just makes okay. So was it to throw him to the ground? Was it to put the knee in his chest?
Not his chest.
Chest is on the ground.
I don't know what exactly caused him to do that.
Run your mouth, Mayor. Come on.
For me, once you have handcuffed the person, you have him now restrained. You should put him in the vehicle and transport him.
He's fucking trying.
Oh, hold on. We're going to see. I'm not going to make it. We're going to see why he's not in the vehicle in the full video.
Standing on the outside, walking around, and he was standing there looking at him walk around. And I don't understand why he had to grab him, why he had to toss him to the ground.
Exactly, David.
He rolled him into the
because he was resisting, and he had other two guys coming
that's why
at
it's
him.
So disturbing to me.
Representative Porter, I mean, go ahead. I'm sorry.
We already heard from this guy. Let's get to this other one. He says the same crap as he did a while ago. This is a longer video.
So. They keep pushing this narrative that everybody's racist. Everybody's racist. Mm-hmm. It was like there was an interview with Trump not long ago, and they said, how does it make you feel when people call you a racist? He goes, honestly, in the beginning, it was terrible. He goes, now, everybody's a racist.
Yep.
You could wake up and go eat a box of fucking cereal that has the wrong character on it, and you're a fucking racist now. So the word is devalued.
Yeah, they threw it around too much. All right, here we go. Let's see if I right here.
National Service, American University's Brianna Cartwright, political strategist. Glad to have all three of
you
here.
Joe. This bitch right here.
Press play. New day. Omakongo. Press play. New day. It's just one after the other, after the other. How long?
All these people right here, all these people are a bunch of racists. I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, and first of all, I want to applaud the people who were recording, because they were not bystanders. They were upstanders for this brother. They made it clear. We don't care if we go to jail. That we don't care whatever you say. And they were even talking about calling the police on the police, which we also saw when George Floyd was murdered.
That shit would have went sideways quick.
On record as doing that. I believe it was the martial arts.
And here we go. We always got to bring up George Floyd.
That, last week when we were talking about this, we were talking about the importance of dash cams and how they have been important in many cases. But we also have to be mindful of the fact that in some cases, some of these officers do not care. It's almost as if they're emboldened by the cameras, like they're sticking their chest out. Like, come on, what? I don't care what you're going to do. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And this is why what we saw happen last week with Breonna Taylor and the Justice Department is
that's great.
Because we see that there is a Justice Department. Like you said, Governor Reeves isn't going to do much. We know that. We can already put that out there. But the Justice Department is watching, and we all
good. Let them watch. Well, I don't know, because they fucking lied too.
That this type of footage makes its way up there.
Yeah, let's all the footage go up there.
Far, because the leadership in Mississippi doesn't care for protecting our rights. So really, at the end of the day, when I see a video like this, as frustrating as it is, I just become more frustrated at the fact that we didn't get this George Floyd police reform bill. This is another reason why these midterms are so important, because these guys need to be on blast and on notice. And lastly, we need to do thorough investigations, media outlets, and law enforcement, whoever, DOJ, into who these officers are, because we know that racist and MAGA people are infiltrating the military at all.
Yeah, you heard them right. Us racist MAGA people are infiltrating.
Wait, they've done so many where they go to like rallies and they go get a black Democrat on the other side of the road and they say, just walk with me for a few seconds and watch how they belittle the Republican. And then they take the Democrat over the Republican side and everybody's giving them hugs. The real racists out there are the people that created the Ku Klux Klan, the Democrat Party.
Yep. But this guy here is like, it's like, okay.
We know that racist and MAGA people are infiltrating the military at all levels.
In the military.
And infiltrating our police department as well.
So we're already here.
And do these actions and get away with them, and they need to be called out as well. All of the information about this officer needs to be put out so we know more about him.
So they want to dox him. That's why they want to know all his information.
That particular point right there, we know for a fact, law enforcement, there are white supremacists, neo-Nazis on police forces as we speak.
Wow, really? Really? Yeah.
And in the words of Nina Simone, Mississippi, goddamn.
Who the fuck is Nina Simone?
Look it up.
Yeah, do that, because I don't know who Nina Simone is. This woman here, I don't know, she's some professor.
And in the words of Nina Simone, Mississippi, goddamn.
She's an American singer-songwriter.
While this happens all over the country, north, south, east, west, Mississippi is the crux of the Klan, the crux of white supremacy or white wannabe supremacy, the crux of what has been happening to our people. This guy was out of order, out of line, out of control. I mean, the man was handcuffed. He was handcuffed. What could he possibly do? This man was simply asserting his ability to exercise his power over this man. And right on, as Omakongo says, right on to those brothers who are hot.
The fuck is Omakongo? Who is that? Jesus.
God.
This woman here, you can tell by the way she speaks how anti-white, and if she hates white people that much, that just makes her a racist. If you hate anybody that don't look like you, you're just a racist.
I can tell you, I mean, I love history. I'm a history buff. And let me tell you, Mississippi was a epicenter for the Ku Klux Klan back in the day. Now, since that movie came out that explained everything that happened, Mississippi Burning, the FBI and the United States federal government pretty much declared war on the KKK in the South. And I can tell you, it damn near eradicated it. Nowadays, the only Ku Klux Klan that exists is in business attire. You would never know it. They don't go around burning crosses in the woods and doing, hey, how, fucking whatever they do. But no, this shit's dead down here.
And I'm glad they could get rid of all of it. Skinheads, all of it. course, they can get rid of the Ku Klux Klan. They can get rid of all these neo-Nazis, all these white supremacists. But you need to get rid of all the Black Panthers and BLM and all that shit, too, because it's the same exact thing, just with black people. It's the same thing.
At him, will tell him, look, he's already in handcuffs. Stop it. You were beating him in the back of the car. These are the witnesses.
He was never in the back of the car.
Witnesses to continue to stand up. This, brother, when you look at this, I mean, I watched it 2 or 3 times. You sent us the link, and every time I watched.
If you noticed, when he was pulling him, trying to get him towards the car, the guy was fighting him and resisting him the whole entire time.
I started cussing in my office, which, you know, that's not unusual. But I'm like, what is going on here? Look at this. He's climbing on the man. He's treating the man like he's nothing. And
he's treating him like he's a 220-pound man.
Yeah. The brother in the ledge. But the bottom line is we need to know who this dude is.
Don't get banned.
He needs to be run out of his job. He needs to be run out of Macomb, Mississippi.
Macomb.
And again, like Nina Simone says,
Macomb. I'm tired of her quoting whoever these people are that she.
So that singer was a blues singer in the South, but pretty much during the times.
Now this woman, I'm thinking she's an attractive woman till she opened her mouth.
The woman with the red glasses.
The one right here, the new one, this younger woman.
Well, AOC is attractive until she opens her fucking mouth.
Well, I'm just saying, this woman here. Wait until she. We know what she thinks about people from the South in just a minute.
Of the car, and that's problematic in the first place. And then we saw the truck coming up, and so even with the truck, okay, maybe he's saying, okay, move to the side for safety measures or making sure that nothing nefarious goes on for that. Maybe he said get in the grass, and he didn't want to get in the grass. I'm not quite sure, but when he was in the car handcuffed, it was already should have been a done deal. Whether he was waiting for backup or someone else to bring him, I'm not quite sure. But there was no reason for him to take him out of the car when he was handcuffed in the back of the car. And
so she says he took him out of the car.
Okay. There's a lot of dissatisfaction still with that. Hopefully, I mean, it seems like it was a state trooper, so we don't have any response for the governor. Maybe writing letters would facilitate that and have a deeper investigation in regards to it, because Mississippi has one of the lowest education rankings in the nation, and there's a lot of training. There's a lot of lack of actually getting to where some of the rest of the nation is. But as
so she's got all people in Mississippi
there's
stupid.
Just a lot of racism.
And
see how that shit worked for Hillary Clinton.
Mississippi's racist and stupid.
Clearly is not. We'll talk about that later in the show, where people use excuses because they didn't know any better yet, that we're not back in the Jim Crow days and can do this. Because as someone stated,
you'll see in a little bit, JoJo.
Like, okay, I don't care that you're recording me. I can still do X, Y, and Z. This is my job. This is my entitlement. I'm in Mississippi.
19 cents a month, 13 cents a day. We will raise.
Anyway,
I'll tell you right now, if we were back, like she says, she wants this to be Jim Crow days.
No, she says like back at Jim Crow.
But it's not, because we all know that back in the Jim Crow days, the days of segregation and days where there was shit in the South that was crazy, that dude would have acted a fool and they would have disappeared.
Oh, yeah, they disappeared.
The guy was trying to escort him to the vehicle to put the seatbelt on. And then all of a sudden, fucking Jim Crow.
I've watched
Mississippi. They made motherfuckers disappear.
I watched. I'm going to cut this one here because this video here is 40 minutes long by itself. I'm going to do 40 minutes on it. Y'all get the point of it. Y'all see how this whole panel of people are talking and how they feel. Which one?
Getting their 15 seconds of fame off this dude's name.
Because here's.
So that video has been going viral since this weekend, and there's a lot that we still don't know about what's in the video. We do know that the footage was taken on a highway in Mississippi. We know that the patrolman you see there was manhandling someone who's been identified as Eugene Lewis, and there were multiple bystanders who thankfully were there to film it.
Thankfully, they were there. Yes, David. They're trying to build a fake story. They're trying to. You can tell they're trying to incite their base to start I don't know, peacefully protesting and starting bonfires, I guess.
While, the mayor is putting out statements about there being an investigation, and we'll see if that goes anywhere. I find this to be fascinating because you have to immediately wonder what would have happened if those, apparently a group of 3 brothers, hadn't been filming. Yeah. If they hadn't been there,
went to jail.
You already saw the patrolman taking a man who's handcuffed and throwing him down into the highway, seeming to sort of roll him into the grass beside the highway. He pulls out a weapon that I believe was a taser, because he also pulls out the taser on the people doing the filming later and points it at people who are just holding a cell phone. They're quite a distance away. They're just filming and saying, "We see what you're doing." Yeah, there's no reason for you to be doing this. Eugene Lewis is in handcuffs. He cannot resist. Why are you?
Hold on a minute. I was waiting for this part to come. Y'all heard what he just said, right? That
can't resist.
That this guy's in handcuffs. He can't resist. This guy right here, whoever the hell he is, I challenge you. We'll go somewhere where they got pads and padding on the floor. You could handcuff me, and then see if you can control me if I cannot resist you.
Oh, it's called resisting without.
I'm just saying,
shit happens all the fucking time.
Let handcuff me, just like behind my back, and then control me, Mr. Guy. Control me and see if I cannot resist you with my handcuffs behind my back. Especially that guy that trooper had was a big guy. I'm not giant, but I'm not small neither. Control me if I'm resisting you while I'm handcuffed behind my back. You might be able, you might win because I'm handcuffed behind my back, but I guarantee you, you're going to want to call for some help. Okay.
Yep. Even if you're nonviolent.
Yeah. This dude right here has zero clue what the fuck he's talking about. I mean, does he even have glass in his glasses, or is it just for trying to make himself look smart?
And thankfully, they did film it, despite the weapon being trained on them. Even when they just tried to get back in their car, you saw him advancing on them.
Yeah, because he told them they were under arrest at that point.
Yeah, just because you ain't got handcuffs doesn't mean your ass is going to jail.
They told them they were going to jail.
Yeah, actually, at one point during the video, he gave him a choice. He goes, either you leave right now, or I'm taking your ass to jail.
Peppers, this is all your fault. You the one that sent me this video and started this whole thing. So, you started it. JoJo says, I call the news angry hour. I try not to watch it, but sometimes you need to know. JoJo, I don't watch the news anymore. I read it, because then I can stop and stuff like that, or I'll go find stuff like that. Everybody, this is Josh Peppers over here. This was all his fault. He's the one that sent this video. Yeah, I see your little kissy faces.
With his weapon out. They were not armed, as far as we can see. And so I'm just glad that there are people that are willing to risk potentially being tased or shot by a guy who wants to cover up what he was doing, Francesca.
Yeah. I mean, we usually see these videos and they're body cam videos. They're body cam footage. You see cops talk.
That Michael Jackson's kid over here. I mean, what the fuck is that? Yeah, I got rid of cable, actually. Like I said, I pick and choose.
That's a dude.
I don't know if it is or not. Does it have an Adam's apple? I can't
Looks like it.
You can't tell no more.
It's an it.
Glad to blame me on you. I'm Brian.
Among themselves, they treat someone like an animal. JR and I did a show, an episode recently, and we looked at a story of a young woman who was having a mental breakdown, and they treated her like she was not human, and she fell out of a car and later died. I mean, this is so when you have someone filming like Darnella Frazier filming George Floyd, that is the difference. We can't rely on the cops. We can't rely on their body footage. We rely on one another. We rely on people taking out their phones and filming them, and thank God they were there, and as a voice of a moral reason, because the cops are completely bankrupt of it.
It's bankrupt.
100%.
Just like we've
so we'll
said,
see what happens with the investigation. It'll be interesting to see if the body cam footage does eventually come out. We might see a little bit earlier on in that incident what exactly led to it, if there was any violence beforehand. But you see so much about the current battle over accountability for cops live in that video.
You see,
you have someone who is.
If this thing right here, I'm going to back it up just a second, rolls his eyes any farther back in its head, it probably saw the back of its own head. Well, I mean, wash it. Wash its eyes.
But the current battle over accountability for cops live in that video. You have.
I mean, was that a seizure or what?
Sees what's happening. As soon as you see that incident start, you know how it all too often goes in America.
We do.
And then you see the cop reacting almost instantly with threat.
You know what he says? In America, if you don't like America, guess what? Why don't you go stay with what's his face, Brittany Griner over there in Russia? They'll gladly take you.
Don't forget your vape pen.
Yeah, bring your THC vape pen.
Intimidation and potentially with violence because you dare to film them. Mm-hmm. There really has to be, like, you are allowed to do it. It is legal. There needs to be some sort of consequence for cops who try to shut down people from doing their constitutional right. And in some ways, I think a case can be made duty.
It wasn't because they were recording.
It's because they were interfering.
It wasn't because they were recording, dude. All right.
I would have booked them too.
So anyway, that's all the ones I put in for the news parts. I mean, we just spent damn 40 minutes doing that.
Thank God.
Now, I'm going to play, like I said, I have the entire dash cam video. I'm not going to play the entire, it's 40 minutes long. I'm not going to keep people's attention that long, I wouldn't think. There's parts where he's searching the car for a while and stuff like that. And so I will fast forward. If you want to go watch the whole video, it is on YouTube. You can watch it, but we'll start it out.
I ain't got no license. You ain't got no license? You got an ID card? All right, we can work with the ID card.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm stopping you for careless driving, for your seatbelt. Yeah, you come flying down Delaware, bumping. I saw you. I was at the gas pump. You was bumping and chilling, ain't have your seatbelt on, and come through there.
Okay, no seatbelt,
Man, you
speeding.
was lapping folks up. You ain't have your seatbelt on. You got the tinted windshield.
I guarantee, yeah, legally tinted window.
TCA's got tinted windshield, which is completely illegal.
Just a second, okay? Just put your stuff up on the dash. All that stuff. Don't put your hands in your pockets. Come this way. I'll get it. Turn around.
That's a big boy. Trooper's bigger, but that's still a big boy.
On your head. You got any weapons on you in the vehicle? Put your fingers together.
Oh, it's extremely polite.
Anything that's gonna stick me, poke me, or hurt me. Okay. How much marijuana's in the vehicle? None. You sure? So if I search it right now, is there any shake or old roaches or anything like that? First Peter 4. Is that a yes? Okay.
No.
Well, don't lie.
Obviously, he smelt weed in there. He wouldn't ask.
Okay. You smoked some weed recently?
Okay. Well, thanks for
when
that information, Pepper.
40, 50 minutes back. About an hour ago? Okay, not a big deal. Look, hold on just a second. Here, come on back here. There ain't no weapons in there? Okay, look, it's all good. Stand right here. Stand right here. So look, on the scale, look, you fix your shirt, fix your pants too now. Come on, we can't keep looking scrappy out here. We don't know who might drive by and see you. All right, look, on a scale of 0 to 10, with a 0 being you've never smoked marijuana before, and a 10 being the highest you've ever been from smoking marijuana, where would you say you fall out on that scale right now? 0 to 10, yes sir. 0 being you've never smoked marijuana before, 10 being the highest you've ever been. Right, just trying to see where you fall out on there. Just make sure you're okay to drive. Oh yeah. Just make sure the number ain't real high. Oh no, it might be a 1 or 2, baby. 1 or 2. Yeah, I ain't get bad like that. I ain't a big deal. Here, come on, sit back here. And there ain't no weed in your truck. Okay, I'm gonna.
That's another crime.
Hey, look, do me a favor. Just turn back around, put your hands back on your head. Now look, on your head. Okay, you're not
this dude can't get any nicer.
Okay, because we out here on the edge of the woods.
At 9.6.
Right? I don't know you. They come off as easy as they come on, right?
I understand everything you do and everything you say.
See, look, everybody's being polite. Even the guy said, I understand what you're doing and why you're doing it.
I'm going to lock them so they don't get no tighter.
Everybody's being polite at this point.
Now look, when I run your stuff, you ain't going to have no warrants or nothing, are you? Okay. You ever been arrested before? For what?
Oh, well, I've been in prison a couple times.
For what?
Drugs.
Okay.
Selling drugs. I don't.
What was you selling?
Cocaine.
Cocaine?
Cocaine.
Ain't no cocaine in there right now. You sure?
Ain't nothing. I done changed my whole life for it.
What you do now?
I own drive trucks. I own drive trucks. Got me 2 trucks, and my son and my nephew, they be going out there.
Okay.
Kind of hard to be a truck driver, being a convicted felon with a suspended driver's license. Just saying.
But I mean, that cop, look at him, how racist he's being.
Yeah, he's extremely racist. If this guy gets any more racist, he should just be fired right there on the spot.
Right down the street. Is anybody at home?
They do general chit chatter, like I said. We got it now. He's searching, okay, which he has probable cause to do. He's fine. He's searching.
The ID does come back to where he's suspended.
Yeah. They tell him he's suspended, but he's searching.
And remember now, he just confessed to being high at everything.
Now, at this point right here, coming up, his brothers come by. Watch.
Y'all go ahead. Okay. Hey, y'all don't stop. Y'all keep going. Don't stop. Keep going.
I'm going to tell y'all right now, I'd have done the same exact thing. I'm out there by myself. Got a bad guy. Who's being everybody's being cordial. Big bad guy. Now, his two people roll up right there. I don't want them out there with me. I'm outnumbered. I don't know what they have in that car and everything else. Yeah, I mean, she's never seen a more racist police officer in her life. It's outrageous. So he tells the brothers to go on, and I would have done the same thing. You're outnumbered. It's dangerous for everybody.
Right. I mean, you're in the middle of nowhere. If they decide to open fire on you, you're outnumbered.
I mean, if you're looking at the video, they know there ain't nothing around here except woods. Right. This is the country. So,
sir, don't stop.
Now they arguing now. That's my brother.
Okay, y'all keep going. Your brother's fine. Stay in the vehicle. You do have to keep going. Yes, you do, sir. Y'all go ahead and go. M22 Brookhaven.
Going for backup.
Yeah. I don't know.
Hey, sir, y'all go ahead and go. Yes, I can. Y'all go ahead and go, please. Sir, you can go right now or you can go to jail for failure to comply. You can leave.
You just don't have the manpower. David asked him why we ride solo. You don't have the manpower. I mean, you looking at and money. You have to double a budget.
Yeah, they could barely afford to keep us.
Ride single on your bike.
1025.
That's right, too expensive. See, so now they're driving off, and he's telling the brother they're making things worse. He's back to searching. Closed it up. Now we're gonna get ready for the. He's gonna tell him that he is gonna arrest him.
Come with me for your traffic violations for driving while license suspended and driving under the influence of an illegal narcotic. I'm under the influence of because you smoke marijuana, so you can't smoke marijuana and drive. I ain't smoke marijuana. I don't know what you mean. You've already told me you smoke marijuana, man. I said yes, I smoke marijuana. Yes, but I ain't smoke.
Yeah, I smoke, but I ain't smoke.
Right now, you're gonna come with me, okay? Come on back here, sir. Come on back here. I'll tell you do otherwise. All right. Right there's good stuff.
Now, this trooper don't have a cage in his unit.
Turn around. Sir.
That means the prisoner area.
I'm not going to
Usually, troopers don't transport.
Sir, you going to turn around or not? Are you going to turn around or not? Are you going to turn around or not?
He's still being extremely polite.
Are you going to turn around or not?
You going to tase me from them with handcuffs on?
Yes, sir. If you don't turn around, I will tase you. Turn around.
Because you're not, that's called passive resistance.
Don't move. Where do you think you're going? Sir, I'm going to let to sit you down. Hey, I'm trying to make this easy. We'll call a record for your truck. All right. You want to call a record for your truck?
I'm doing everything you asked me.
All right, then stand right there. I'll talk.
Right, I'm standing right here.
Then don't move.
How can I be on a little
He's running his mouth the whole time.
All right, come on back here. Come on back here.
Yeah, he's trying to get him in the car.
What is it you gonna do?
I'm gonna do whatever I need to get with you, whatever I need to do with you, bro.
Have a seat.
To do whatever I need to do with you, bro. I'm gonna do it, man.
Sir, have a seat.
So you got me up. Don't give me something that I ain't did nothing for.
Sir, have a seat.
Huh?
Have a seat.
Don't give me something that I ain't did nothing for. What you gonna do to me?
Now the guy's refusing to get in, so he done asked him how many times, at least 5 or 6 or more. So he's helping him into the vehicle, which he's using some open hand to push him in. So that's what's going on for people that are just listening and not watching the video.
Don't do to me.
Now this is before the cell phone.
Yeah.
M24, Kevin, can you get Pike? You talking to me? Please. You talking to me?
Now, his hands up by his neck area. If he was choking this man would not be screaming, "You're choking me." He'd be going, because you can't scream if you don't have no air going into your lung. That's what I love when people say, "You're choking me." If I was choking you, you wouldn't be hollering, "You're choking me."
Especially with the man hands.
I'm gonna take. Look, I'm
Now you see, y'all can't see that, the audio people. At this time,
that's when the brothers show up.
The bad guy and the trooper are both looking out the driver's side windows, and he starts screaming louder. That's when his brothers get back on the scene. That's who he's hollering at. Okay, so that's what's going on right now.
It put him into a rage.
Yeah, watch. You know, the guy, he's still trying to get him in the car. He's not all the way in the car. Now you see that you can see the car in the background. The Charger, it stops.
You ain't let me do nothing. You talking to me.
Because right here, he knows exactly what he's doing. He's hollering all this shit because he knows his brother's going to come running over here with him. And this cop's out here by himself. He's hollering, "He's beating me up." No, he pushed on him trying to get him in the car. Now you can see in the back through the glass, you can see the brothers are approaching. Two of them.
I would have closed the damn door on him.
Yeah, break his legs.
Because he's handcuffed, he ain't going to be able to open it.
But his legs were still out. That's why he didn't shut it, because he wasn't all the way in the car. But you see, if you look through that back glass, you can see them brothers approaching. So that's three on, that's two there, and then him. So at that point, the trooper got out and went towards the brothers, telling them to back off. Bad guy gets out of the vehicle because he wasn't all the way in the vehicle. He was still fighting.
See, David, I'm a real good fan of the K9.
Get back in your car.
And what happened? Bad guy's coming up behind the trooper now and two in front of him.
Right. But had he been a K9, this dude wouldn't have resisted.
No.
Because all you got to say is, I hit this button on my belt, my dog comes out and says hello. Mm-hmm. Are you going to get in a fucking car? And they would say yes. Because they know that dog don't fucking play.
But now, Mr. Mayor, well, I don't know why he wasn't in the car. This is why he wasn't in the fucking car.
Because he got the fuck out.
Because his brother showed up while he was still trying to put him in the car.
Yes, David, that's what they were arrested for. Obstructing the investigation.
In the car. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. I got handcuffs on. No, bitch, I got handcuffs on. Back up. I got handcuffs on. No, bitch, I got handcuffs. Have a seat. Have a seat on. Have a seat on. Get on the ground. I got 3 subs here. I'm 10 too, but you get on the ground. Have a seat. You get on the ground. Do it. You get on the ground. Do it. Do it. I just need in here to help me get these folks in the car. You beat me up. Have a seat. Have a seat. Bitch, you beat me up. Have a seat. You have one. Have a seat. You have one. Oh, right there. Yeah.
That's when he pushed him that way because the guy handcuffed kept coming towards the trooper while the brothers were approaching the trooper at the same time. And look, see what they're doing? You got all three of them screaming at this trooper at one time.
Right.
What they doing?
Extremely hostile environment.
What are they doing? They're trying to draw his attention away because it's kind of hard to focus. You can't focus on one person. He's got three people he's got to watch. Even though this guy's handcuffed, he can still take off running and use his head as a weapon, okay? His feet, his mouth.
Yeah, once he knocks him to the ground, he could stop the shit out of him. You don't think his brothers wouldn't help him?
You got three people. Two of them, you don't know if they have weapons, what they got in their car or nothing. They keep approaching and then backing up and approaching the whole time. And all three of them are screaming at the same time, trying to draw your attention away. So No, JJ said she is stressed just listening to this. She said, I don't imagine how he feels. This dude's staying calm the whole entire time.
Yeah, not only that, in the back of his mind, he's sitting there thinking, if I had to shoot these people, I'm going to fucking prison.
Well, I don't know. Mississippi's not quite as they think one of them other ones.
Still, that little city they're in, they would have done it.
They would have to go through the state AG.
Back up! Back up! Beat me up! Sit down. Bitch, beat me up! That's fine. It's going to be bad.
And the more he hollers, his two brothers are basically fueling the fire and making bad guy with the handcuffs on. They're emboldening. They're like just stroking his flame, his ego. He feels big and bad now because he has back up there.
I ain't fooling with you with three. I ain't doing nothing. That's fine. This ain't going to go the way you think it goes. Stay back. I'm telling you right now, stay back. Stay back. Stay back. Stay back.
You know, this guy handcuffs keeps walking at the trooper.
Stay back. Stay back.
And I don't know why people think that because they say you're on live on Facebook, like that's going to change something.
Yeah, oh my God, he's free to go.
Yeah, he does get some backup.
It does take a while.
It takes a while though because they're in the middle of nowhere.
Stay back. Stay back.
Oh, here comes this white guy.
Yeah, here comes the white guy. White guy in the pickup truck. You can see him in his other screen over here, and he pulls up. So
should have ran the guy in the tank top over.
He's interfering. Remember?
Hey, come have a seat in my car. Look, you need to come get in my car. Man, put your hand on me, bro. I already got somebody on the way. Just make sure they don't run into me.
Yeah. Now hold on. You heard what he said? The white guy asked him. He says, "Do you need any help or anything?"
Right. That's how we were.
The trooper says, "I have help on the way. Just make sure they don't run at me." And the guy says, "Okay." So he's basically just watching the other two. That is when the trooper grabs the handcuffed guy to go ahead and try to get him in the car now.
Because now he's got somebody
watching his back to make sure. Because I guarantee if he'd have done it while he's by himself.
Oh yeah, they would have attacked him.
They would have attacked him. It comes out in a little bit. The other guys, for some reason, thought the white guy that showed up was a cop, even though he's not. Don't identify him. I guess they just assumed. And of course, bad guy is resisting the entire time. I don't know why people think that we put handcuffs on people and they automatically come complacent. See, look how they keep coming at him. You see how they coming at him? That's when he pulls his taser out right there. When they started coming closer to him, he pulled it out. They backed off.
Every time he turns his back, they get closer.
It's like a pack of hyenas. They want to attack you while you're not looking.
Call John Davis 7692. I ain't had nothing. I ain't doing man, I had handcuffs on so you just beat me up.
They backed off. He put the taser down.
Beat me up since I've been here. Man, they beat me up, bro. I got two that are not in custody.
No, the white guy hadn't said a word, has he? He's just standing there watching him.
He's in handcuffs. I can't get him in the car. He's got family that should up here trying to stop me. Yeah, I was in the back seat when you beat me up.
Yeah, you're right. Assume makes an ass out of you and me. That must have been a hell of a lot of cuss words right there.
Something like that.
No, bro, I can't breathe, bro. Get your knee on me, bro. I can't breathe.
Now he can't breathe. See, that's the new thing now. Even before that, sorry, I can't breathe.
Hands up, don't shoot.
Yeah, I can't breathe.
You breathing just fine. You should have just sat in the car.
He said you should breathe just fine. You don't.
Shut up.
He told me to shut up.
You're white. Y'all two are going to jail.
You're white.
Y'all know that.
Really?
I can't affect this arrest until y'all leave. Y'all are going to jail. I'm letting you know. Y'all can leave.
So y'all can leave or go to jail. Look, see how they keep getting closer and backing up, closer and backing up.
Do you really think my boss can leave me the way you doing me? You dead wrong, man. Man, get me out these bushes, bro. You dead wrong, bro. Man, that's McComb, bro. That's McComb, man.
Yep, that's the new thing. I can't breathe. See, look, there's one of them getting closer again.
Please, bro. Please get
Every time they get close.
Bro, please get me out this shit, bro. Please get me out bro. You gonna sit in the car? Yeah, get me out this shit. You gonna sit in the car? Bro, get me out of here. You gonna stop fighting?
Okay, they doing that. He's getting him back into the car now because the guy's like, so I'll put you in the car, stop fighting me. Of course, he's still fighting because he's a liar. Now he's got to watch. See, look, here they come up again. Now he's got to watch. Now he gets ding dong seat belted in. But you can see they kept coming up closer. Now, if that other guy wouldn't have been there, just standing there, I guarantee they would have attacked him.
Yep.
Back up. All right, sir, come on. Y'all both going to jail. Put the phone down, turn up, put your hands on your head.
Now, he told them they were going to jail. When he tells them they're going to jail, that they're under arrest, they back up and that's resisting.
No, sir,
For recording you. See, that's not why he arrested him.
Justice, like I said.
They were interfering with his arrest.
I'm telling you right now, y'all still here when these other folks get here. Y'all going to jail. I got that first subject. He's down in the corner.
Yeah, I know, JoJo. It's every time. You
want
to talk. And people think if they talk louder than you and over you, that I don't know that they're going to win.
JoJo, a taser usually does that.
15, I want the one with dreads. Don't get in that car. Don't get in that car.
See, the guy started going to jail. That's when he pulled his taser out again. Because he wasn't letting them back in that car. There could be a weapon in there.
At least they could go as a family.
Yeah, I mean, it's a family thing. They can all have bologna sandwiches and corn chips together for their time in jail.
You've been drinking. You been drinking too, or just him? You don't drink? Nope, hold him, I'll get his note. You got some on your life?
Notice there's two of them. All of a sudden, they're the innocent ones.
If I'm arresting somebody, y'all don't come up and try to stop me. That ain't how this gonna work. Y'all going to jail. Y'all going to jail. Where's your ID? We got everything on video, man.
Yeah.
You beat our brother, man.
Beat up his brother, man.
You beat our brother. Man, we waiting on McComb police. We waiting on McComb police.
Yeah, exactly. All this because the dude would not comply. There was no violence from the cop at all.
You can go ahead and go, sir. Thank you.
I mean, this could have went way worse. I mean,
I can fight one at a time. Hell, I can fight two, but I can't fight.
Yeah, a little family road trip to jail. Now, bad guy in the back seat, people can see he's talking to another trooper because.
Would you please take this officer? I understand that. Would you please take this officer? I understand that. You talking to me, man. You got to choose those questions.
Sounds like his brother.
You understand your Miranda right? Yes, sir. I understand it, sir. Could you please help me out, sir? Nope. Could you please?
Nope.
You spit on my arm, trying to spit out the window, sir. The window just saying something.
Now he's trying to be all nice. His backup's locked up. His backup's locked up. So now you notice how his whole attitude changed. He's still running his mouth in the car.
A whole lot more than I wanted to give him.
Anyway. He's talking to the other cops about what's going on. He puts one of the other brothers in the back seat. Oh no, y'all can't see this, but he's about to have a seizure. The bad guy's about to have a seizure, and it's one of the worst acting jobs you have ever seen in your life. Y'all want to go watch it if you're on audio. It's at 1 minute and 1 hour and 3 minutes is where his seizure starts.
Called incarceritis.
Yeah. Watch him.
You was just fine a second ago. I don't want to hear it. Man, the man got high blood pressure and everything, man.
You seen him open his eyes while he's having his seizure? Did you see it?
Shut up.
Look at. I don't know
what's what people do when they have a seizure, right? They don't flop up and down like a fish. I got an ambulance coming, sir. There's nothing I can do for you. I'm sorry.
Got an ambulance coming. When he first starts having his seizure, he actually like opens his eyes. You don't open your eyes.
Sir, stop pulling away from him. I'm not playing this game with you. I'm not playing this damn game with you.
You know what he should have done? If he's acting like he's unresponsive right there, there's one thing that would wait. I'm going to give you a sternum rub. That's where you ball your fist up and you take your knuckles and you drag it right in between your breast on that chest plate right there, really hard. If you're not completely unconscious or like really unconscious or whatever, you're going to wake up because it hurts.
I tell you, you could do it to a completely drunk motherfucker and they jump up.
Yeah, it hurts bad. Call him the boo boo. He needs the boo boo bus because now people. This is another thing we deal with. Every time you arrest somebody, by the time they need to go to the hospital.
Incarceritis.
They all they're doing is they're still going to go to jail. It just takes longer. He's breathing hard because of all that jumping around with that fake seizure he just had.
You done?
He's like, you're done.
You done? You still going to jail. It ain't changing nothing. You understand that. You done with your theatrics? You're not?
He shook his head no.
Get back in the car. I'm not playing this.
Oh, here coming again.
What's going on? He can't breathe, man. I don't know why he can't.
Oh, he can't breathe. See, I never would open the car door again.
Now you sitting up straight. Sit back. Sit back. Sit back. Stop pushing up against me. I don't know what your malfunction is. Hey, man, you said he's not having a seizure. He ain't having a seizure. He ain't having back in the car. I'm gonna shut the door whether you move your leg or not. It's gonna hurt if you don't. Move your leg. If you won't shut up. Move your leg. Is that you?
There's a grown ass man. This big Mr. Grown ass man acting like a little bitch. Okay. Now all this dude would have been at the jail and be getting bonded out probably by now if they wouldn't have done all this shit for no reason.
This trooper instantly called his commander and said, "I need a fucking cage."
Yeah. You hear what he's hollering? Because guess who done showed up on scene now?
Ambulance.
His mama.
Oh fuck. Take her to jail too. She raised a fucking heathen.
She raised 2 heathens or 3.
3
idiots is what she raised.
I told you to turn around. Turn around. Now you come from 1 to another. Turn around. Why you can't be sitting around like him, man? I told you to turn around. Turn around. But I ain't this man coming from 1 to another. Turn around. Turn around. All right,
he acting like that with his gangster tattoos of guns on his shoulders and shit like that. You see him?
Yeah, they show this shit in jail. He'd be raped.
Acting like a bitch.
That's another charge for you. You just trying to do. Man. I've been standing like this the whole time. You told me get to the back of the car. I got to the back of the car. Now you started.
They probably still live at home with their mama. He bet they don't even tip at restaurants. I'm pretty sure they probably don't.
Stay in your vehicle, please.
See, that's mama back there.
Will y'all stay in your car, please? Hey, man, will y'all stay in your car, please? Get back in the car. This man is all getting out, man. Hey, man, will you stay in your car, please? Get back in the car, baby.
Yeah, get back in the car, mama. You arrest your ass, too.
Ma'am, are you trying to get to the end of the street? What? Are you trying to get to the end of this street? What is it? No, the end of this street? Then you need to turn around and go somewhere else. You're obstructing the road. You're obstructing the roadway. Please leave. Please leave. You're parked in the road. Please leave. Y'all parked in the road. Please leave.
Yeah, it's almost done.
And make sure everybody in your car's got a seatbelt on when you leave, please. Nobody's got a seatbelt on. Please put your seatbelts on and leave. Go ahead, Mom.
At least they were smart enough to tell Mama to go on.
Yeah.
Hey, sir, if y'all just would have kept driving and went on, I want you to hear something. I want you to hear something. Your brother's going to jail. Now all of y'all are catching charges for your theatrics. I want you to understand something.
I know, sweat and snot.
I was going to let y'all come get his car to help him out a little bit. Save him a little bit of money, save him a little bit of hardship.
But since y'all come back down here, want to walk up on me while I'm trying to fight with him, and y'all want to act a fool, everybody's going to jail. Everybody's car is getting
And I'm towing all the cars.
Yes, sir. Every one of y'all's going to jail. All you had to do was go on and mind your own business, and I was going to help him out. But y'all made this worse. I want you to know that.
Now this dude, this cop's still being civil. After all this shit these people done gave him this whole entire time, he's still being civil.
I told him to give us a couple minutes to let whoever else get here. Once I told him as long as he's completely calm. Right there.
You see, she couldn't be a good cop. She'd have lost her shit by now.
I would have tased him a long time ago. Unbuckle, no nothing. We would take him out, readjust his cuffs.
Yeah, see, now he's complaining that his cuffs are hurting and that his wrist is broke. My wrist broke.
Him at the jail.
Yeah, his wrist is broke. If that wrist was broke, he'd be in a lot more pain than what he's not. His wrist ain't broke.
I him in my car.
It broke. It's why he was flying around like a fucking fish.
Well,
calm down for a couple minutes and bitching about his cuffs.
Yeah, you're right, Larry. He is a clown. What's really fun is if you noticed, old Ben Chump didn't even come take this case. It's so bad. You know, Ben Chump loves to come try to sue to get money. Yeah, exactly, JJ. That trooper deserves a medal.
I grabbed him around the neck, tried to push him back up in the seat, get him buckled in. He fought with me.
And he ain't lies. I grabbed him around the neck, trying to push him back in. Because you know what? Where the head goes, the body follows.
Anyway, I told them to keep going and leave. I told them to keep going.
There's the ambulance.
Yeah, there's the boo-boo bus. Anyway, it's just, that's it. That's the end of it. Y'all can calm down. We'll take a second if somebody needs to get up and take their blood pressure medicine or get a good stiff drink.
But that right there is what me and the Iceman talk about. Like, I had a really small department I worked for that was very rural, and I was the only cop out there. The Iceman's had to work out in rural areas where fucking backup's 30 plus minutes away. You have to learn how to handle your damn self. That officer did a damn good job at it.
But ones that were here, listen, y'all remember what we listened to earlier? All of those little social justice warrior.
Racist.
He's racist. I mean, that one guy was like, "Oh, they were heroes. They stayed they stayed because they wanted to jump on that cop and get their brother out." I guarantee you, if they would have had the opportunity, I think they'd have jumped on him and tried to kill him.
Yep.
Just to get their brother out of some freaking stupid ass little misdemeanor arrest. And he still would have went to jail. And because they kept approaching. So he kept complaining about the white man that was there. He didn't get in trouble. Did y'all hear him saying anything the whole time? He just stood there. He was just making sure that cop didn't get attacked. He needs a medal too. Because most of the time nowadays, people don't stop and help. They want to stop and pull their phone out because they want to go viral over something.
Yeah. He can get a Good Samaritan reward or something like that from the state police.
But this video here came out not too long ago. The whole body cam. There has not been one retraction, one apology, or one of those race-baiting social justice warriors saying, "Well, we reported on this wrong, and they ain't said a word about it."
No, they won't.
And they won't. They
should be sued by the officer and the department for slander, defamation of character.
Well, there's another one I couldn't find it. There's another news article that says because that trooper's cleared. He's done. He's cleared. Everything he did was perfect. Another news article came out. I wish I could find it because they said, the officer that was beating the black suspect. I'm like, hold on a second. He's cleared. He wasn't, and I didn't see any beating going on.
Not once.
I seen some pushing because the guy was pushing.
Using open hand technique.
Personally, he should have dry stunned the shit out of him, and he'd have gotten that car.
Yep. Be like, "Oh, put your legs in."
Yeah.
He says, "No,
nope, zap. Yeah, I'm gonna pull the cartridge off. I'm gonna hit him with a dry stun. He'd have put them legs in. But no, and like I said, we got the whole spectrum going on there now. We had the I can't breathe.
I'm having a seizure. You broke my wrist.
You done broke a bone. I need to go to the hospital.
I don't know if you guys were paying attention. In law enforcement, we tend to catch little cues. He made sure in the very beginning he extra locked them so that they can't shrink on his wrist.
Yeah, he double locked them.
Yep. So therefore, no. If if anything happened to your wrist, is because you fucking flailed around like a fish.
But when the mayor's like, I don't know why they shouldn't put him in the car. Well, he was trying to put him in the car when the brother showed up. And y'all notice the more his brothers instigated, the more he got. They were like just thriving on each other's negative energy there. And that's what happens a lot of times in some of these situations.
What do is go down to the mayor's office and say, hey, come here. We're going to sit down and watch a little fucking video together.
Oh, I'm sure that mayor done seen it. He ought to apologize for the stupid shit he said, but he's not.
No, he'll lose votes.
But what happens is you go into neighborhoods and you go to effect an arrest and people get loud, and they do that, especially in neighborhoods. They get loud like that because they're trying to draw people out of their houses. They want that crowd to surround you.
That shit can turn into a riot real fucking quick.
They want them to surround you. They do that on purpose.
And all of a sudden, everybody's fucking related.
Yeah.
Ain't never talked to each other before, but that's a cousin.
Oh, yeah, because I think I talked about it on one of the other episodes where when I was working a crash and this dude by one of the gas local, and the guy kept coming over and I'm like, dude, get out of my scene. It's just a crash. No injuries, nothing like that. It's just a crash. And I had a little road blockage, so I'm like, dude, get away from my scene. Oh, that's my niece. That's my cousin. Something he said like that. And I was looking at her when he said it, and I looked at her. I said, who is that? She looked at me because she wasn't local. She went, I don't know who that is. I looked at him. I was like, let me tell you what, you lying motherfucker. If you don't go stand by that store over there, about 100 yards away from me, the next stop you're going to make is at the hotel.
Yep.
And it's not going to be, you're not going to say that you were smart because you stayed at a Holiday Inn Express. You're going to stay at the local Pokey Express, okay? Get the fuck away from me. Get off my seat. They ain't no reason for me to be there.
Right.
So I can't stand people. I can't stand people. I'm working, especially when I have a crash with injuries. The next thing you know, I got all these looky-loos coming around. Oh, it isn't. I don't care. I was checking. I don't care what you're checking on. Go over there. I don't care who you think you are. Go over there. Especially if somebody's hurt really bad. Do you want somebody looking at your wife? Do you want somebody gawking at your kids or your mom or any relative of yours when they're in that type of situation or hurt or something like that? Right. No, you don't. So these people that do that need to think that. Because I guarantee you, if some looky-loo was over there looking at his wife being worked on and they done cut her shirt off and her tits and everything else splayed out and she might be dead or something, you're going to be pissed off. Just because you won't be nosy. You think you know somebody or think you somebody. Get the fuck on. Go away. So.
Facts. So hopefully we've established how racist this police officer is.
Yeah, we've established that this is the most racist police officer in the United States, and he teaches all other cops in the United States to be racist also, because all racism comes out of Mississippi, and all Southern people are completely ignorant.
That's it.
Yes, I need to go back to school on the short bus.
Hey, they had radio with AC.
Well, just because I don't use big old fancy words don't mean I'm stupid. So, anyway, I hope everybody, I can't say enjoyed it. I think I brought everybody's blood pressure up. We seen this. I told Holstera I wanted to do the reaction on this because I watched it and it got my blood pressure up. So I figured why not get everybody else's up and throw something else out there on the weekend. The weather's been bad. And it gave Bam an opportunity to go play with her hedgehog while we did it. So, she got a hedgehog and a tortoise. We're working on the
kangaroo.
No, I think I'm working on my own clubhouse petting zoo or something. So, but anyway, y'all be good. Be safe. Watch your back. Watch your partner's back. We'll be back Sunday with Liberty Freedom Whiskey. JoJo, I know you don't get to watch this because it's Monday David. Morning for you. But y'all come listen to us on that one, and I don't know if I'm going to have an extra. I might just put this one out Sunday for the regular listeners or not, or have something else. I'm not sure yet. You never know what might pop up. But y'all be safe. And we'll see y'all Wednesday for sure. Just come Wednesday. Later.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks for watching. And remember to smile, because Iceman could always be behind you. We're out.